What is going on here?
Welcome to Shishi Fairy Tales.
Adrian, we can't continue doing this. We are best friends. This isn't right.
Don't say a word.
Adrian, just stop! Adrian, what are we? We can't pretend to be just best friends. We're more than that. We need to make this relationship official.
Official?
Yes. I don't want to hide anymore.
And what if making it official destroys things?
Adrian's face looked calm, but his eyes were troubled. He stared at Layla for a long moment before speaking. I want that too, he said quietly. I always wanted that. Hope rose inside Layla's chest. Her heart beat faster. Finally. They would stop hiding. Finally. They could be together openly. But Adrian's next words destroyed everything. I checked your medical records, he said. Layla froze. Her heart skipped. My medical records? She asked softly. Adrian nodded. Your genotype is AS. Layla stopped breathing. She already knew where this was going. Adrian swallowed. So is mine. The room fell silent. Heavy. Painful. Final. Layla's eyes filled with tears. That means... She whispered, her voice breaking. Adrian nodded slowly. It means we can't be together. Not safely. Our child could suffer. Our child could be born sick. The words cut deep. Layla broke down immediately. All her dreams collapsed in seconds. All her hopes disappeared, everything she imagined. Gone. Adrian pulled her into his arms and held her tightly. It's not your fault, he whispered gently. Layla cried into his chest. Her tears soaked his shirt. She loved him. He loved her. But love was not enough. Outside, the night remained quiet. Cars passed. People lived their lives. The world continued. But inside Layla's heart, everything had stopped. Something inside her had started to break. Something she didn't know how to fix. She didn't know it yet. But losing Adrian would not be the end. 3 weeks passed. But Layla still felt empty. She tried to move on. She tried to act normal. But Adrian was everywhere in her life. He still called her every morning. He still asked if she had eaten. He still cared. But he was no longer hers. One afternoon, Layla sat across from Adrian at their favorite cafe. Her fingers traced the edge of her cup. Adrian, she said softly, there's something I need to tell you. Adrian looked at her calmly. What is it? Layla hesitated. There's someone, she said. Adrian's smile faded. Someone? He repeated. Layla nodded slowly. His name is Ethan. Adrian said nothing. His kind, Layla continued. He respects me. He listens to me. He makes me feel safe. Adrian's jaw tightened. He told me he wants a serious relationship with me, she added. Silence. Heavy silence. Adrian leaned forward. No, he said. Layla blinked. No? She asked. You can't be with him, Adrian said firmly. Layla frowned. Why? Adrian's voice softened. Because he doesn't know you like I do. Layla's chest tightened. You don't understand, Adrian continued. No one can love you the way I do. Layla felt tears rising in her eyes. But we can't be together, she whispered. Adrian looked away. The truth sat between them, cruel. Permanent. That evening, Layla walked alone to the grocery store. Her mind was heavy, her heart confused. Then she saw him, across the street, through the glass window of a small cafe. Adrian. He was hugging another woman. Closely, intimately. His arms wrapped around her the same way he used to hold Layla. Layla froze. Her heart shattered silently. He didn't see her. He didn't know she was watching. Layla turned and walked away slowly, tears falling down her face. That night, she picked up her phone and called Ethan. Ethan, she said softly. Yes? Layla closed her eyes. I'm ready now, she whispered. Ethan was silent for a moment after Layla spoke. I'm ready now, she had said. Ethan frowned slightly. Ready for what? He asked. Layla looked at her phone, her heart steady for the first time in weeks. Ready for us, she replied softly. Ethan smiled. Layla. He said slowly. Are you sure? Layla closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Yes, she answered firmly. I've thought about it. I know what I want now. Ethan exhaled, relief visible on his face. I didn't want to pressure you, he said. You told me before that you weren't sure about us. I'm sure now, Layla replied, and she meant it. For the first time in weeks, she felt peace, real peace. Ethan smiled warmly. Then let me do this properly, he said. From that day, Ethan loved Layla openly and proudly. He called her every day just to hear her voice. They went on beautiful dates. He listened when she spoke. He respected her. He treated her like a queen. He never made her feel like she had to hide. 1 month later, Ethan did something Layla never expected. He proposed. They were standing beside a quiet lake. The wind was gentle. The world felt calm. Ethan knelt down and held out a ring. Layla, he said, his voice steady. Will you marry me? Layla covered her mouth in shock. Tears filled her eyes. Yes, she whispered, yes. That night, she posted the ring on social media. Her phone buzzed endlessly with congratulations. Friends, family, everyone was happy for her. Everyone except one person. Across the city, Adrian stared at the photo in silence. His chest tightened, his hands clenched, his heart burned with something dark and painful. He picked up his phone and called her immediately. Layla answered. Adrian? His voice sounded calm, too calm. We need to talk, he said. Layla hesitated. Can't we talk on the phone? No, Adrian replied quietly. This is not a phone conversation. Layla felt uneasy, but she agreed. She didn't know it yet. Adrian was not ready to lose her. Layla arrived at the restaurant 10 minutes early. Her hands rested on the table, but her heart refused to stay calm. She didn't know why Adrian's voice had sounded different on the phone. Not angry, not sad, just serious. Adrian walked in shortly after. His eyes found her immediately. He sat down across from her without smiling. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Finally, Adrian broke the silence. Return the ring, he said quietly. Layla froze. What? She asked. The ring, Adrian repeated. Return it to Ethan. Layla stared at him, shocked. Adrian. What are you saying? Adrian leaned forward. I love you, he said. The words hit her like a storm. I've always loved you. Layla's chest tightened. But we agreed. She whispered. We agreed we couldn't be together. Adrian shook his head. I was wrong, he said. We can find a way. Layla looked at him carefully. A way? She asked. What about our genotype? What about everything we talked about? Adrian hesitated. For the first time, he didn't have an answer ready. Layla swallowed. And what about the woman I saw you hugging? She asked quietly. Adrian frowned. What woman? The woman at the cafe, Layla replied. I saw you. Adrian leaned back and sighed. That was nothing, he said. Layla's eyes hardened. Nothing? She's just my cousin, Adrian said quickly. You're the one I love. You've always been the one. Layla shook her head slowly. I'm not a fool, Adrian. Silence filled the space between them. I've made my decision, she said firmly. Adrian's jaw tightened. You're choosing him? He asked. Layla nodded. Yes. Adrian stared at her. You're making a mistake, he said quietly. Layla turned to him and said, Adrian, you and I knows we can't be together. You are as so am I. Adrian looked at her with tears and said, I understand. You made the right choice, he said quietly. You can marry Ethan. We were just not meant to be. He said. Layla reached across the table and held his hand. For the last time. Thank you, she said softly. Adrian nodded. Layla stood up slowly and felt peace. She walked away, her heart heavy but certain. Behind her, Adrian sat frozen, watching the only woman he ever loved walk into a life he could never be part of. Layla's wedding day was beautiful. The sun was bright. The air was calm. Everything felt perfect. She stood beside Ethan, holding his hands as they said their vows. Ethan looked at her like she was the only woman in the world, and in that moment, Layla believed she had made the right choice. She was loved openly, respected, chosen. After the ceremony, friends and family celebrated with joy. Laughter filled the room. Smiles everywhere. Adrian stood quietly in the corner, watching, silent. He walked toward Layla slowly. "You look beautiful," Adrian said gently. Layla smiled. "Thank you for coming." Adrian handed her a small box. Inside was a car key. Layla froze. "Adrian, this is too much." "It's a gift," he replied softly. "For my best friend." Layla hugged him. "Thank you." Ethan watched from a distance. He trusted her. He trusted her choices. Marriage began peacefully. Ethan worked hard. He provided everything Layla needed. Their home was comfortable. Their life was stable. Adrian still visited. He still brought gifts. One evening, Ethan noticed new gold jewelry on Layla. "This is beautiful," he said. "When did you get it?" Layla smiled casually. "Adrian got it for me." Ethan's expression changed. "Don't I buy things for you?" he asked gently. Layla stayed quiet. "You could have told me," Ethan continued. "I would get it for you. I'm not comfortable seeing another man buying gifts for my wife." Layla frowned. "It's nothing," she said. "Adrian is just my best friend." Ethan looked at her seriously. "I should be your best friend," he said. "You are my wife now. You need to reduce this closeness with Adrian." Layla shook her head. "He has been there before you," she replied. "I can't throw away years of friendship." Ethan said nothing more. He walked away quietly. Layla believed she had done nothing wrong. She didn't know that Ethan had just seen the beginning of the betrayal, and he was powerless to stop it. Marriage was not what Layla expected. Ethan loved her. He cared for her. He respected her. But he was always busy. Always working. Always chasing success. He left early every morning and returned late at night. Layla spent most of her days alone. The house was quiet. Too quiet. She missed having someone to talk to. Someone to laugh with. Adrian still visited. At first, it felt harmless. He made her laugh. He filled the silence Ethan's absence created. One afternoon, while Ethan was away, Adrian came again. They sat close together. Closer than they should have. One moment became another, and another, until they crossed the line they promised never to cross. Layla felt guilty. But she didn't stop. Days later, something unexpected happened. Ethan came home early. He looked weak, sick, tired. He walked into the living room quietly, and saw them, Layla and Adrian, sitting close together, too close. They quickly moved apart. Silence filled the room. Ethan wasn't sure what he saw, but something didn't feel right. He said nothing. He walked past them slowly. Layla immediately ran after him. "Ethan, are you okay?" she asked. Worried, he nodded weakly. "I just need rest." She helped him upstairs, helped him lie down. She turned to leave, but Ethan gently held her hand. "Layla," he said softly. She turned back. "Be careful with Adrian," he said. Layla froze. "He is your friend," Ethan continued. "But you are my wife." His voice was calm, not angry, just honest. "You are talented," he added. "Start a business. Build something. Don't waste your life being lonely at home. I will support you." Layla nodded slowly. "I will," she whispered. Ethan trusted her. He believed in her. He loved her. But after that day, Layla and Adrian did not stop. They continued their secret meetings, their secret touches, their secret betrayal, and each time it happened, Layla moved further away from the man who truly loved her, and closer to the man who would eventually destroy her. Months passed. Layla tried to forget what had happened. She tried to act normal. She tried to be the wife Ethan deserved. Soon, Ethan's hard work paid off. He got the promotion he had promised. He began spending more time at home. He laughed with her. He ate dinner with her. He held her like before. Layla felt guilty, but she stayed silent. Then one morning, Layla noticed something strange. She felt weak, dizzy, different. She went to the hospital for a test. The result changed everything. She was pregnant. Layla stared at the paper in shock, her hands trembled, her heart raced. Ethan was overjoyed when she told him. He lifted her into his arms and thanked God. "This is the best day of my life," he said. Layla forced a smile. She wanted to be happy, but fear lived inside her. Months later, Layla gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Ethan cried as he held his daughter. "She's perfect," he whispered, their home filled with joy. Laughter returned, love returned, but peace did not stay long. The baby became sick often, fever, weakness, pain. Layla and Ethan rushed her to the hospital many times. The doctor decided to run tests. One afternoon, the doctor returned with serious eyes. "We need to check the parent's genotype," he said. Ethan laughed confidently. "There is no need," he said. "I am AA. My wife is AS. Our child cannot be SS." The doctor looked at him calmly. "We already ran the test," he said quietly. The room fell silent. "The baby is SS." Layla stopped breathing. Ethan frowned. "That's impossible," he said. The doctor continued, "We need to test both of you again." Days later, the results returned. Ethan was AA. Layla was AS. The doctor looked at them carefully. "There is only one explanation," he said. Layla's heart dropped. Because she already knew the truth, and she knew, her secret could no longer stay hidden. The drive home was silent. Ethan held the steering wheel tightly. Layla sat beside him, holding their baby. Neither of them spoke. Fear filled the car. When they reached home, Ethan turned off the engine slowly. He didn't look at her. But his voice was cold. "Layla," he said. "Is there something you want to tell me?" Layla's heart pounded loudly. She shook her head. "No," she whispered. Ethan finally looked at her. His eyes were filled with pain. "If you don't tell me the truth," he said, "I will walk out of this house, and I will never come back." Layla broke down. Tears fell uncontrollably. "I'm sorry," she cried. Ethan froze. "The baby," she whispered. "The baby is not yours." The words destroyed him. Ethan stepped back like he had been slapped. "Whose child is it?" he asked, his voice shaking. Layla lowered her head. "Adrian's," she whispered. Silence filled the room. Then Ethan laughed bitterly. "I knew it," he said. "I warned you." He pointed toward the door. "Pack your things," he said coldly. "Go to him." Layla called Adrian immediately. He didn't answer. She called again, and again. Nothing. She sent a message. "The baby is yours." Adrian replied minutes later. "That child is not mine." Layla's hands trembled. "You're lying," she typed. Adrian replied again. "I am getting married soon. My fiancé is my future now. Do not contact me again." Layla's world collapsed. She rushed to Adrian's house. The door was open. She walked inside slowly. Then she saw him. Adrian stood in the bedroom, holding another woman, laughing, happy, like Layla never existed. Layla screamed. Adrian turned in shock, but Layla didn't wait. She ran out of the house, into the street, holding her baby tightly, alone, betrayed, and finally, she understood. Adrian was never her best friend. He was her greatest mistake. Moral lesson: Layla ignored Ethan's warnings and trusted Adrian too much. In the end, she lost the man who truly loved her and learned that not every best friend is a safe place for your heart. If this story touched you, please like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I truly want to hear from you. Subscribe to Shishi Fairy Tales for more stories like this, because we have many more coming just for you. Thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and most of all, I love you. See you in the next story.